local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Naval.
All right, we got 5 seconds.
Ah, shoot.
It's okay. Let's go to your first article.
Oh, that is Sekioda. I recognize that house.
It's okay. Let's
The
recognize.
time is 10 a.m.
And yes, that's how I pronounce it, by the way.
It's okay. Thank you for tuning in to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Savannah, and I'm here with Madison.
Hey, what's up?
We invite you to listen to our broadcast both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel, Monday to Friday, between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week.
Hang on.
Additionally, we don't need to pause for that.
Sorry.
It's okay. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. The site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU subcarrier airwaves at 67 kHz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. First up, the weather with Madison.
Excuse me. Sorry, I had a burp in my throat. Anyway, first article of the day. May mild mode comes to an end as heat, humidity, and storms return. This is by Jamie Warner. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Warner?
Yes, you are.
This was posted yesterday. It says the words quiet and May don't typically go hand in hand, but so far that's been the case. Excuse me again.
It's okay.
The quiet weather pattern has featured a few bumps over recent weeks, but it's generally been a mild and storm-free period of weather, and that's set to change as the pattern shifts gear. Starting off, there's a two-panel picture of tonight and tomorrow
Since it was yesterday's article, that was last night and today.
With yesterday's last night's degrees being in the mid 40s and upper 50s, with today being in the upper 70s and 80s, with mostly sunshine.
Mostly sunshine and clouds.
Yeah, the shift will be gradual. We will first notice an increase in clouds Thursday. A sprinkle or light shower is even possible, and temperatures and humidity levels will remain pleasant throughout the day. Now there's another picture of the weather forecast. It says taste of summer. For Friday, it says a few showers, mainly morning, with south to southwest winds going from 10 to 20 miles per hour, with a temperature of 86 in the high and 63 in the low. Then on Saturday, scattered showers, mainly morning, with south winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour. High is 85 is in the high and 67 is the lowest. And with Sunday, it's isolated showers with, once again, south winds to 10 to 20 miles per hour, with 88 being the high temperature and 66 being the low temperature. A warm front will gradually pull through Friday into Saturday, and the process will result in much warmer and humid conditions. There will be some ingredients on both days that could result in some shower and thunderstorm activity, and rain chances look highest in the morning before falling off heading into the afternoon, which will open the door for temperatures to climb well into the 80s. And as the warm front lifts well north of the area, thunderstorm chances will shut off for the most part on Sunday. Skies may be a little sunnier too, and this will push the temperature up into the 80s. With Friday, it's 86 degrees to 87.
So,
how do I explain this one?
it's okay. The graphic is showing what the highs from Friday to Monday will be, comparing it to the record years on these dates, where Friday will be a high of 86 and the record high will be 87 from the year 1957. Saturday will be a high of 85, with the record high being on 93 on the year 1972. Sunday will be a record high, will match the record high, as it will be 88, and the record high in 2001 will be 88 as well. Monday will have a high of 86 with a record high of 88 in the year 1962.
As Savannah mentioned before, the warm temperatures will challenge record highs through the weekend into Monday of next week. Now there's a 3-picture panel of severe risk weather.
Due to the warm front pushing through, it is more likely to have severe thunderstorms.
Yeah, I can't really make out what it is as the picture is too small.
So the three pictures are showing the movement of the warm front, which is from the lower end of Missouri to the upper end of Missouri.
Right.
Would you like to keep reading?
Monday will also feature an uptick in thunderstorm chances, along with a risk of severe weather. Stronger storms are possible as early as Monday afternoon and may become more likely Monday night into Tuesday morning as a cold front pushes into the Ozarks. The article ends with the words, "The risk of rain and thunder will likely continue through Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday as the front tries to clear the area." And now there's another picture that I can see more clear. It says severe risk, as the other pictures said, and it's showing the weather into next week with
the cold front pushing in from the upper corner of Missouri to the southeast corner.
With orange text next to
in front of this cold front, stating likely expands southeast into Tuesday. So on Monday, the cold front is going to be at the top of Missouri and is going to move through Missouri to into Tuesday into the southeast corner.
with Monday being a 15% chance and Tuesday a 30% chance
of thunderstorms.
That's it for that article. Stay dry out there.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Marshfield Data Center Company says project moving forward despite public outcry. Lumen Solutions LLC published a lengthy statement on Facebook on May 13th laying out the environmental and energy usage details of the project after a contentious public meeting earlier this week. Article written by Ryan Collins. The article starts with a photo of the construction of this data center off of Rifle Range Road, as it is near a power substation. A photo by Ellie Freistack. The company behind a controversial data center project near Marshfield says the development is moving ahead despite the public outcry that has arisen in the Western County governmental meetings and on social media platforms. Lumen Solutions LLC published a lengthy statement on Facebook on May 13th, laying out the environmental and energy usage details of the project and stating the project exists in the current legal scope of county regulations. County regulations, I apologize. Political pressure does not make a lawful project unlawful. Misinformation does not create legal authority where none exist. Public outrage does not rewrite the rules in the middle of the process, the company said in the statement. But this project is lawful, properly positioned under the current framework, and is moving forward. The data center project being built on a 5-acre site on Rifle Range Road, just north of Marshfield, has been the center of controversy in the last few weeks. The special Webster County Commission meeting on May 11th had about 800 people in attendance. Many of the residents spoke out against the data center project on the basis of environmental concerns and the perceived lack of transparency of the company behind the project. The meeting ended without clear next steps for the data center project, for the county residents, and for the county commissioners. The Webster County Commission said it had hired outside counsel in order to prepare a strategy to proceed, while the residents implored the commissioners to sign a 1-year moratorium to prevent the development from progressing until environmental... Oh my goodness, apologies, the page just reloaded on me. Until environmental studies could be conducted.
There you go.
The project will move forward. Company has made significant investment. The article is broken up by a photo of Trent Overhue, the lead developer for the data center, as he stands in front of a crowd that is looking to him as he speaks over a mic. He is wearing a green polo shirt with a company logoed baseball cap as they stand in an auditorium. Photo by Ellie Freistack. 2 days after Monday's contentious meeting, Lumen Solutions has made it clear that it will proceed with the data center, and the company believes it is acting within its legal rights in doing so. Webster County does not have planning and zoning regulations that prohibit this type of lawful development, the company said in the Facebook post. Lumen Solutions has followed the process available, relied on the rules established by the county, and invested significant time, money, and resources based on those rules. The company stated that county laws could be changed, but this was not the venue for the talks on changing the laws and systems in place. If Webster County residents want different rules for future development, that conversation belongs in the proper public and legal process. The company said in the post, "This is how rules are created, changed, and applied." The company did not refer to the project as a data center, but instead as a high-performance computing research facility in Webster County. In the post, the developer highlighted some features of the data center meant to squash some environmental concerns. This post also included some new information on the design of the center. This is a small, high-performance computing research facility proposed on approximately 5 acres in Webster County, the company said. The current plan consists of several...
Oops. I accidentally closed an article.
It's okay. Oh, just find a new one. It's okay. This is a small, high-performance computing research facility proposed on approximately 5 acres in Webster County, the company said. The current plan consists of several small modular buildings totaling approximately 7,000 square feet. A rendering attached to the post shows that the site will consist of 8 modular units at approximately 600 square feet. The developer highlighted a water usage of less than 5 gallons per day, no wastewater or toxic chemical discharge, minimal noise levels, and more. The post stated that the projects will generate an estimated of $500,000 annually to Webster County through sales tax related to power purchases. The article has linked the post from the Marshfield Lumen Solutions from Wednesday. This is from Facebook. It shows the 3 different renderings of these 8 different buildings described previously. The post says, over the past several days, a significant amount of false and misleading information has been spread regarding Lumen Solutions and our proposed high-performance computing research facility in Worcester County. We have not hidden from the community. We've personally and physically shown up at town gatherings. We've answered questions directly. We've attempted to stand in the gap where misinformation, fear, political propaganda, and verbal attacks have taken over the conversation. We have not responded with personal attacks. We have not engaged in fear-based rhetoric. We have stayed focused on facts. Lumen Solutions is a local company that believes in Webster County, the local economy, responsible development, skilled jobs, and long-term investment in rural Missouri. We are here to build responsibly, operate professionally, and contribute to the future of the community. That is why the facts matter. The project is not a hyperscale data center. This is a small, high-performance computing research facility proposed on approximately 5 acres in Webster County. The current plan consists of several small modular buildings totaling approximately 7,000 square feet. For comparison, many hyperscale data centers are hundreds of thousands to more than a million square feet. This is not what is being proposed here. The site also has limited expansion potential due to the property layout and available infrastructure. The proposed facility is designed to use less than 5 gallons of water per day through a closed-loop cooling system, have no wastewater discharge, have no toxic chemical discharge, produce noise levels comparable to standard commercial HVAC equipment, use existing available electrical capacity, require no electrical upgrades at the expense of Webster Electric Co-op customers, help utilize existing electrical infrastructure more efficiently, create more than 15 well-paid local positions, generate substantial property tax revenue, generate an estimated $500,000 annually back to Webster County through sales tax related to power purchases, bring new technology investment and skilled jobs into a rural community. There's also been a great deal of speculation about public health risks. To date, we have not seen a single factual study, engineering report, environmental report, or scientific finding showing that the proposed small computer research facility creates a public health danger to the community. Fear is not a fact, a rumor is not a fact, a political talking point is not a fact. Comparing this project to massive hyperscale campuses that are hundreds of thousands or millions of square feet is not accurate. No amount of misinformation changes what this project actually is. Let us be clear, this project is proceeding under the laws and regulations currently in place in Webster County. Webster County does not have planning and zoning regulations that prohibit this type of lawful development. Lumen Solutions has followed the process available, relied on the rules established by the county, and invested significant time, money, and resources based on the rules. Political pressure does not make a lawful project unlawful. Misinformation does not create legal authority where none exists. Public outrage does not rewrite the rules in the middle of the process. If Webster County residents want different rules for future development, that conversation belongs in the proper public and legal process. This is how rules are created, changed, and applied. But this project is lawful, properly positioned under the current framework and moving forward. This project should be discussed based on what it actually is, not what people are falsely claiming it to be. Lumen Solutions believes rural companies should not be left behind in the next wave of technology, infrastructure, and job creation. We believe Webster County can protect its values while still creating opportunity. We believe new investment can happen responsibly. We believe skilled jobs and modern infrastructure belong in rural Missouri. We believe facts should matter.
What was that last part?
We believe facts should matter.
Faction? Is that what he said?
Facts. F-A-C-T-S.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying fraction.
Nope.
Like,
I was not. All right. And under one of, there's another photo. There is another photo of the construction going on. And not mentioned in the article, but mentioned under the caption is the citizens having raised concerns about the price of electricity and its future impact on locals. And that is the end of that article.
all right. I got the article that I wanted back.
From the Springfield News-Leader.
Mm-hmm. Does this look good to read? Springfield plans to increase the fine for dogs running loose in the city. This is by Marta Miez. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. Like Savannah said, Springfield News-Leader. It was posted today. Can I read the key points, or is it?
So those are just a summary of the article. You just need to keep reading the article and you'll get it.
All right. Springfield City Council and the Springfield Greene County Health Department are taking steps to improve the Animal Control Division to address persistent issues with loose dogs and neighborhood safety. Recently, the council approved on-call pay for animal control staff, and this change, while anticipated to be initially
It's okay. To be initially tested.
as a pilot, means animal control staff receive $30 per day that they are on a call. And if they are in during this period, their pay reverts to overtime pay. And this was seen as a way particularly
It's okay. This was seen as a way particularly to address concerns.
that animal control hours were limiting how effectively and timely issues. What did I say?
Effectively.
Effectively. I meant efficiently and timely issues could be resolved. We are listening to what the community is asking, and we are listening to what the community is asking for and acting upon it, City Manager David Cameron said at the March 23rd council meeting when the topic appeared on the agenda. Aww. Now there's a picture of a black puppy resting on a staff member's chest as he's getting an ear scratch. It's a black dog. He's got a black nose, black ears.
You already described that. You're good.
Oh, and brown eyes. He looks so cute.
You want to say who the picture's from?
Nathan Papes from Springfield News-Leader. Yeah. In addition to this change, Springfield Greene County Health Department, or SGCHD, is proposing changes to Springfield City Code that pertain to animals. Some are revisions aimed at the broadening animal control's authority, while others are additions to improve the city's effectiveness in enforcing violations. To specifically deter owners from allowing dogs to run loose, the recommended changes include raising the minimum fine for letting a dog run at large from $10 to $50. And here are the other revisions council will consider. Reckless owners. The health department is recommending a change to the code that would allow 2 pathways to declare someone as a reckless owner through civil producers, or is it procedures?
Civil procedures.
Okay,
Criminal prosecution.
Okay, so not productions, it's civil productions. According to the executive.
According to the executive.
Executive summary. For the code revisions, the change would create a simpler path to declare someone a reckless owner due to cruelty. According to an SGCHD news release, the revisions would also ensure animals can be more swiftly removed from abusive households and placed with rescue organizations for rehoming. Currently, requires animal owners requires animal owners to be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt of animal cruelty before the animal can be placed with a rescue agency, leaving animals in the shelter for extended periods of time. The changes would also
broaden
the rescue organizations the city can partner the city can partner with to place animals for adoption opportunities. And the current code calls out the Southwest Missouri Humane Society specifically. Oh, I know that place. Additionally, the revision would dictate that anyone deemed a reckless owner cannot own a dog or cannot own dogs for 5 years. Under the current code, the time period of
revocation
of ownership was left up to the hearing examiner. There's animal control officers. Under the current code, there is no requirement for the public to cooperate with animal control officers. These changes include the addition of an quote, obstruction of animal control officer section to compel individuals to provide basic information like the name and date of birth to the officers to aid in report response. Then there's rabies exposure, where the proposal would also add a section of the code that would require the display of rabies tags and creates a penalty if not displayed, particularly for the dogs involved in bites. A revision would also clarify that when an animal is involved with a bite or scratch, it must be observed by animal control. There's also dog danger classifications, where the recommended changes will include several adjustments to when dogs are declared to be vicious, dangerous, or restricted. A dog can be declared vicious when evidence shows an attack or bite to a human or another domestic animal is unprovoked and is at a level 4 or higher on the Dunbar scale, which is a scale used to evaluate the severity section or
severity of a dog bite.
Yeah. The revision would clarify that once a dog is declared vicious, it cannot be returned to the owner. This owner would be responsible for all the fees associated with keeping the dog in the shelter. Now there's a picture of the Springfield Greene County Health Department, not logo, but
The signage in front of it.
as it was taken on Wednesday, December 18th of 2024 by Nathan Papes, and it says City Government Plaza, Springfield Greene County Health, birth and death certificates, STI testing and treatment, well water testing, and
Immunizations.
right. The revised code would change to what is currently labeled as a restricted dog to be named a dangerous dog. A dog can be declared dangerous when evidence shows an attack or bite to a human or another domestic animal, as I mentioned earlier, and also if it's unprovoked at a level 2 or higher on the Dunbar scale, as also previously mentioned. A dog can also be declared dangerous in the absence of a bite if sufficient evidence is presented to show the dog's
The dog habitually
snaps, charges, growls, or otherwise, quote, manifests a disposition to bite, according to the current code. The recommended revisions would change how long a dog is considered dangerous for 2 years to the life of a dog, though owners could apply to have the designation removed after 3 years. The proposal would change to what is currently in the code as nuisance dogs to be restricted dogs. The current code allows this designation of dogs that are found to be running at large more than one time within a 12-month period. The recommended
amendments.
would allow for this declaration after an owner has been issued 2
Citations.
for their dogs running loose. More information can be found on what these designations mean for the dogs and owners, as they can be found in Chapter 18 of City Code. There's also pit bull resignation changes.
Registration.
There are no
Substantiative.
changes to what must be done when registering a pit bull. However, the revision would clarify the requirements of a kennel, which the current code describes more generally as the owner keeping a pit bull confined. The changes would also remove a portion of the code that currently requires ongoing communication with the city regardless changes to registered pit bulls. The revisions would also reduce the current penalty for failing to register a pit bull to match penalties for other violations. The current code sets the minimum fine for violating this section of the code at $500 and at $1,000 for subsequent violations. Animal control improvements were among the main topics raised as concerns by the public during listening sessions held by Cameron ahead of the April 7th election. Since the increase of the lodging tax in order to fund a convention center expansion failed for the first time in November, and Cameron and city staff have stepped up efforts to
more explicitly address
commonly raised issues. These code renovations are expected to go to council for a public hearing at its upcoming meeting on Monday, May 18th. A final vote on the matter is anticipated to take the following meeting on June 1st. However, more details on the recommended code revisions can be found on the SGCHD website. Want to go? Council meetings are held every other Monday at 6:30 p.m. at the Springfield Regional Police and Fire Training Center at 2620 West Battlefield Road. The meetings are also live streamed at www.cityview.springfieldmo.gov/livestream and on the city's Facebook page. The full agenda and supporting documents can also be found on the city's website. For now, that's it for that article.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Q&A, Closet Space, LGBTQ+ dating show returns for one more event in Springfield. Creator Lindsay Goodhart uses the show to create a third place for queer people where those spaces might not already exist. Article written by Jeff Kissinger. The article starts with a photo of the main date, Kate, as she is talking with the host, Kate Hernandez. They're sitting on a white love seat with a background of sparkling and shimmering drapes in the colors of pink, purple, blue, and gold, with a large purple lamp next to them and a yellow lamp on a small table in front of them. They are both wearing slip dresses. One is blue, the other is purple, and the host is wearing purple heels and the date is wearing what looks to be white go-go boots. Springfield's homegrown DIY, fiercely independent LGBTQ+ dating show returns for another round on May 15th. It will be the show's last appearance in the Queen City for a while. Closet Space creator Lindsay Goodhart, a 2025 Missouri State University graduate, is preparing to return to her native St. Louis as she ponders the future of the blind dating show, which is filmed in front of a live audience. The May 15th show will take place at JOB Public House. Tickets are $17.09 with taxes and fees and are available online. Much like the dating game from the 1960s and 1970s, the main date chooses between several potential lovers. Those lovers are on stage, hidden inside a closet. This is an LGBTQ+ dating show after all. After whittling down the field of 4 potential dates to 2, the main date must make their choice. But there's a twist. The selected potential lover gets the final choice between the main date and the other contestant. 3 episodes of Closet Space are currently viewable on the show's YouTube channel. Community is a big, if not bigger than romance, for Closet Space. Goodhart hopes to create a third place for queer people, where such places are rare or non-existent, and the evening is designed to feel like a sleepover. Every episode ends with host Kate Hernandez telling the audience, "Remember, while there might be space for you in the closet, there will always be space for you out in the world. Keep those lights on, lesbians." Goodhart took a break from show preparations for a Q&A about the origins of Closet Space, the struggles of LGBT+ dating, her dreams for the show, and why she takes inspiration from Jerry Springer. Jeff Kissinger. Tell me all about Closet Space. I mean, I know what it is, but tell me more. From Lindsay Goodhart. Closet Space is a blind dating show for LGBT people. We record in front of a live studio audience, and the live studio audience doubles as a community event for people to meet each other in places that don't typically have third spaces for queer individuals and whatnot. And I'm really focused on making sure that we are a platform that isn't just catered toward one kind of queer person, but that it's very intersectional, and that I'm giving a platform for multiple voices and as many different dynamics and identities as we can get. That's really the goal. The article is broken up by a photo of Lindsay Goodhart. It is from when she was younger. It's a portrait shot of her wearing a flannel with a graphic tee and square glasses. Photo provided by Closet Space. It continues to say, I want to give this platform to everybody in the queer community, whether they're lesbians, non-binary, trans, no matter what their orientation. I feel like a lot of queer spaces nowadays are typically aimed towards especially cis gay men, and whenever it comes to queerness, a lot of the time it can be overshadowed and looked at as weird if you don't adhere to those little boxes. And queerness is such a unique experience. I really want to create a project that pays homage to how unique each individual is. So why a dating show? That's such an interesting choice. Lindsay continues to say, well, I've already struggled to meet other queer people, and whenever I was thinking about it, I was just like, there's not really a place that you can go and just meet queer people the same way that straight people typically meet. I can't really speak from a straight person's perspective. I don't know. Jeff says, oh, so we see each other everywhere. Lindsay says, but I think a lot of people use social media as a third space these days because there's not as many in-person spaces. And so I wanted to create a dating show just because I wanted to do something that fostered connection. I thought a dating show was something that kind of hit it directly on the nose. And I have a lot of inspiration from Jerry Springer. I think he's so smart, and it's obviously very raunchy, but I like how he's very upfront with the shallowness of his shows. You kind of know going in how it's going to be presented in a shallow way. Have you ever seen his dating show, Baggage? No, I have not. Okay, so he has his dating show, Baggage. It's kind of what Closet Space is inspired off of. But there will be a girl, and like 4 or 5 guys will come up, and they have these suitcases. And each suitcase is filled with their worst traits, their biggest red flags. Then one has to pick who she wants to go on a date with based off of those red flags. It kind of draws attention to the shallowness of dating shows. And I think he was really smart in the way he targeted these issues by hitting them on the head and drawing to the absurdity of it. And I just think that doing a dating show kind of hits it on the head. It isn't really in your face, and I think going head first into something connection-centered like that, I think of all of the other connections, like platonic and whatnot, follow along. If you go after the most intense one, I think the other ones are kind of easier to foster. What inspired you to create it? And tell me about the process from taking it from an idea to reality. I took a reality show class in college. I was in a game show class, and I was the art director. I made a diffusable bomb puzzle from an escape room game show, and I just really like unscripted television. I like the funness of it. I love reality TV. That's my dream. If I could time travel, I think I would go back in time and be on Jersey Shore. I would be on the crew. I love reality TV. I love unscripted TV. I think it's a really cool thing because I think it's kind of like a cultural time capsule. Depending on where it's made, when it's made, and it's a really good way of archiving how different humans make sense of their world and what we're entertained by. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. Did you have to lean on friends or people to help you bring it all to life, or did you hire people? How did all that work? Going to film college, a lot of the people I work with are my friends and colleagues and people that I've worked with for a long time. I really leaned into my community. With a lot of it, it has been pretty independent. I've done a lot of the creative directing and the producing of it. I get help where I need it, but for the most part, it's my baby. Not that I'm puppy guarding or anything like that. I love the twist at the end, where the person who gets picked gets the choice of who to date. Tell me about that decision. I feel like it's so true to the queer experience. Like me personally, I've had so many exes that ended up dating each other, and I feel like a straight person cannot get the level of real-life horror story. It's terrifying. Oh my gosh, it's crazy to think about. That's the funny thing about the queer community that you don't get with a lot of straight dating shows, is that sometimes your competition is also who you're attracted to and vice versa. You get a little more of the risk for a love triangle in the mix, but also the queer community is always a little bit smaller than the straight community, so everybody's a little bit tighter knit. So a lot of times whenever we're shooting these shows, people end up knowing each other a little bit too. So that's always fun to figure out too. I don't think we've released too many episodes yet where they've come forth and been like, I know this person from past experiences. But there have been some where it's been awkward because of that. I know there are 3 episodes up on the YouTube channel. Have you recorded more? Are there more coming? Yes, we're trying to do monthly releases. With it being so independent, I try to get the editors as they come. I have another episode coming in a few days, and I wanted it to be done on May 25th. But I have to skip out just because I can't find an editor. But we have, I think, 8 episodes right now. We have the show in Springfield on May 15th, and then on June 13th in St. Louis. Then after that, I'm going to take a break to figure out where we're going from there. but I think it's going to be a total of 18 episodes or something like that. That's a lot. It is a lot. Talk about the dream. If you get a chance to see where you want it to go, what does that look like for you? I have a bunch of people that want it to be brought to all these different communities that don't really have queer bars. I think it would be cool to make it a traveling act, a community traveling event, and kind of build up the fan base and build it up and spread the gay agenda. It seems to be that social aspect, creating the gathering space, is maybe a bigger part than the romance aspect. Is that true? I think so, yeah, because I think that being queer, you get connection on so many levels that are intimate outside of romantic connection. Everything's so intersectional, with people coming from different backgrounds, whether it's their skin color, their religion, how they were brought up. There are so many different factors, and you can still find that connection. I don't really know how to equate it, but I just think that the connection with the queer community, you get it on so many different levels that I have ever experienced with a straight person or something like that. We have all these different experiences that are so individual, but also so connected at the same time. And I think that building a space for us all to come forth and be celebrated in one space, you just don't get that as often. The article is broken up by a picture of Katie Hernandez as she is holding a logo for the closet space. She is in a nightgown with a robe, several pieces of more gaudy jewelry, larger beads in bright colors, as well as hair rollers that the caption says she wears during films to help with the campy sleepover vibe. Photo provided by Closet Space. What's the community response been like? It's been good. It's been very good. I'm just trying to make it a wider spread thing at this point. I have definitely struggled to get more representation on screen. I want to focus on getting more of that, but it's kind of difficult to get people that come from those backgrounds that aren't represented from a queer perspective. Like people that were raised in brown households or conservative households, I guess. I'm not trying to equate it all to one identity, but it's not always the safest for them to come out. So in terms of getting the representation on stage, it's been a little bit more of a struggle, but in terms of the audience, we're having all sorts of people come through. And it's awesome to see all these different people that I didn't really know wanted to be a part of these community events showing up. What has been fun about this for you, and what is something that maybe surprised you during the process of putting the show together? Something that has surprised me, I think, is how I was able to do it with basically nothing. I saved up all my coins for like 2 years for my job, and then I took them to the bank. I bought all the set pieces secondhand, and even now I'm not making a profit, but I'm breaking even. I'm not going into debt over this quite yet, but I'm doing pretty good for what it is. And yeah, it's frustrating because I could have made it bigger if I just had a little bit more funding with it. But I'm doing it all on my own, and I have to admit, I do have pride in that. Just being able to rough it and figure it out as all the punches come, because I'm only 23 and I haven't really worked on any big sets before this. All of my success, I feel like, has been more of it as an individual. I've never really been part of a group production. I've done stop motion animations, I've made TikToks, and I've sold stuff, but it's all been my own work. So to be a part of a group project and have it be success, and to be able to launch and run it, I feel like I can command an army. Nothing can stop me. What would you like people planning to come out to Springfield show to know before they arrive? What should they be prepared for?
There's the good part.
Huh?
Huh? I don't know.
Okay. What would you like people planning to come out on the Springfield show to know before they arrive? What should they be prepared for? Well, come ready to eat and drink. We have 3 episodes for you, and afterwards we'll have a patio opening in the back. There's no entry after 7, and you can get tickets on closetspacetv.com. Just be ready to have fun and meet your fellow community members. Anything I haven't asked that you want people to know about Closet Space? This will be the last Closet Space show in Springfield for quite some time. I'm working on moving this back to St. Louis. I'm kind of in a difficult spot right now, figuring everything out on where we're going, moving to St. Louis, getting editors, figuring out how to package this. We have 3 episodes out on YouTube that are ready to view, and all of the support online really helps a lot. I was going to ask if people want to support this work that you're doing, what are the best ways to do it? Just check it out, spread the word, and don't be afraid to reach out and let me know how I can make it better. Because I really am just a little white girl doing the best. I can. I'm certainly susceptible to blind spots. I just want to make sure that I'm building a platform and being an active community member that's serving as many people in my community as possible, and not creating a platform just to say I'm somebody building a platform. I just want to make sure that I create a space that people can have an open dialogue and have fun. And that is the end of that question and answer.
And article.
Mm-hmm.
Once again from Springfield News-Leader, it's once again about animals, but this time it's about birds. Missouri needs volunteers to count birds for conservation survey. Service. Yeah. This is by Janice Reeser, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Columbia Daily Tribune. People with strong bird identification skills are being asked to help count birds on 5 Missouri survey routes this summer, according to a community announcement issued by the Missouri Department of Conservation. The volunteer work is part of the 2026 North American Breeding Bird Survey, which is scheduled for May 27th through July 7th. The Missouri Department of Conservation needs help filling vacant
Can you point it out, please?
vacant bird observation routes in southern Maries, Clay, Nottoway, Platte, and Lafayette counties. Volunteers are needed for the Hayden route in southern Maries County, the Kearney route in Clay County, the Bernard route in Nottoway County, the Weston route in Platte County, and the Dover route in Lafayette County. Ooh, that's a pretty bird. The article shows a picture of a close-up of a bird. It's a male scarlet tagid.
A male scarlet tanager.
It's pretty.
It is an orange bird with black wings and a black tail and a tan beak.
And shown here, it's one species volunteers may see and hear during the annual BBS. This picture was provided by the Missouri Department of Conservation. That bird looks beautiful.
You want to keep reading?
Each route is 24.5 miles long. So that's 25 and a half. If it's 24.5, then it's
24.
24 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So not almost 24, but it's close.
Do you want to keep reading?
Yeah, okay. Each route is 24.5 miles long and includes stops every half mile. All right. At each stop, volunteers are expected to stand 3 minutes counting birds they see or hear within a quarter-mile radius, according to the announcement. Surveys must begin 1/2 hour before sunrise and take about 5 hours to finish. The survey depends on people who can identify birds both by sight and sound. Janet
Hassler, an avian ecologist,
with the Missouri Department of Conservation and MDC BBS coordinator, said that some bird songs are especially important. That all bird songs are especially important during the counts. Most birds counted on these surveys are singing males,
Hausler
said in the announcement. Volunteers must have reliable transportation, good hearing and eyesight, and the ability to accurately identify all bird species in the survey area. All new BBS volunteers must successfully complete an online
Methodology.
training program before their data can be used. Data?
It's okay. Keep going.
The breeding bird survey began in 1966 and is a long-term, large-scale international bird monitoring program. Its purpose is to track the status and trends of North American bird populations according to the announcement.
Hassler.
Also said that the data also helps scientists study threats to birds. She says in the announcement,
So how about you read the quote and then how it breaks
but
up?
how do you pronounce her name?
Hassler.
Haslerg. Okay. Bird populations have numerous widespread threats, including habitat loss, habitat fragmentation, land use changes, and chemical contaminants. That's what she said in the announcement.
Hassler.
Yeah. She also added the annual BBS is vital in determining how bird species are doing. She also stated that North America has lost about 3 billion birds since 1970. The results were partially determined by long-term BBS data,
Hassler.
said in the announcement. This shows the necessity of these surveys and recruiting volunteers to conduct them over the long term.
Hassler.
Also, Holmes says she hopes volunteers will stay with the same route. They'll stay with the same route for more than 1 year, and she said that helps keep data collection consistent and helps surveyors become more familiar with the birds on their route. It helps with the consistency in data collection, she said in the announcement. Haslering. And volunteers will also get familiar with the routes and have better ideas about what birds they will encounter. And it's fun. For more information, visit pwrc.usgs.gov/BBS or contact
Haslurg.
at janet.haslerg
Haslurg, spelled Haslerig,
at mdc.mo.gov or call her at 573-522-4115, extension 3198.
From the Springfield News-Leader, Missouri Supreme Court upholds gerrymandered map for August primary. Article written by Rudy Keller. A congressional map drawn last year in a special session is constitutional and will be used in the August primary because it's uncertain whether referendum petition seeking to repeal it will succeed. The Missouri court ruled Tuesday, May 12th. The court was unanimous and the two decisions delivered just a few hours after oral arguments. It was being asked in one case to toss the gerrymandered map entirely as a violation of the constitutional provision that districts be compact and as nearly equal in population as may be. In the other, the court was asked to suspend the map because 300,000 signatures seeking to force a referendum were delivered to Secretary of State Denny Hoskins on December 9th, 2 days before the law was to take effect. There is a photo of supporters of a referendum on Missouri's gerrymandered redistricting map rally at the state capitol building on Tuesday, May 12th, after the Missouri Supreme Court heard arguments on two cases involving the redistricting map. It shows protesters and supporters of the referendum standing in front of the Capitol building holding a sign that says Fair Maps with Missouri split between a blue and a red, as well as several people waving the American flag and the Missouri flag. One of the signs being held up front in the photo is people, not politicians.
And what are they standing in front of?
The Capitol building.
Oh, not. Where is that located? Does it say where?
It's at the state Capitol building.
Oh, so not Washington, D.C., it's somewhere else?
It's in Missouri.
Okay, I was getting confused.
It's okay. How about you write down your questions?
Sorry.
It's okay. Write them down up here.
Yeah.
The photo provided by Rudy Keller. While the judges heard arguments, opponents of the gerrymandered map gathered outside to rally in support of a referendum. About 300 people showed up to chant, carry signs, and maintain their enthusiasm for a summer and fall of campaigning. As a result of the decisions, Missouri Republicans have won every argument over the legality of the map and the effect of the referendum petitions. The High Court decided two threshold issues on redistricting in a ruling issued March 24th. The court said Governor Mike Kehoe had the authority to call lawmakers into special session to write the bill, and lawmakers were within their constitutional power to enact it. The Missouri gerrymandering process is playing out against a national battle for control of Congress. On April 29th, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that a section of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, mandating that states draw districts where minority votes hold the majority of votes, is unconstitutional. Since then, Alabama, Tennessee, and Louisiana have moved to eliminate districts that were drawn to align with that law. In Louisiana, the governor has suspended the state's primary elections for the U.S. House. While in Alabama, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the state could use a 2021 map that had been thrown out for violating the Voting Rights Act. Writing for the unanimous court in the case over whether the map is constitutional, Chief Justice W. Brent Powell noted that drawing district maps is a political process, and the court should not second-guess those decisions. The court's review of the Missouri residents' appeal is limited to determining only the legality, not the prudence or popularity of the map. Powell wrote, "The fight over the map began last summer when the president pressured Missouri Republicans for help to maintain the slim Republican majority in the U.S. House. Republicans hold 6 of Missouri's 8 seats in Congress, and the partisan goal of the new map is oust 5th District U.S. Rep. Emanuel Cleaver and a Kansas City Democrat by splitting Kansas City and adding voters in 14 counties along the Missouri River. Cleaver's current district includes most of Kansas City and a portion of Jackson and Clay counties outside the city. Cleaver filed for re-election in February and says he will stay in the race regardless of which district is used in the year's elections. 5 Republicans have filed for nomination to oppose Cleaver in hopes of exploiting the partisan advantages in the maps passed last year. There is a photo of Missouri's Secretary of State Denny Hoskin as he speaks to a reporter on Tuesday after the Missouri Supreme Court heard arguments on 2 cases involving the state's gerrymandered redistricting map. He's got 3 different people holding up microphones to him as he faces the camera wearing a red coat. Several people are filming in the background on a large news camera as well as several phone cameras. After the court ruling, State Senator Barbara Washington, a Kansas City Democrat, lashed out at Republicans for passing the new map and attacked Hoskins for delaying certification of the petition. Appeasing a tyrant is not going to make Missouri better, Washington said. Washington used a bill sought by Hoskins with changes to the way he regulates and registers businesses to make her point. She was joined by Democrat State Senator Stephen Weber of Columbia, who said Hoskins should not get what he wants until he explains why he hasn't issued a certification of the signatures. If the answer is they're just not going to certify them, then I think we should probably find out why that is before we agree to give him more money, Weber said. The primary election day is August 4th, the same day Hoskins is supposed to determine whether the referendum petitions filed by the Political Action Committee, People Not Politicians, meet the threshold for placement on the No. 3 ballot. During comments to reporters after the May 12th hearing, Hoskins said he intends to use the entire time available. The new map will be used for the primary, he said. If we went back to the old maps or to a different map other than the Missouri First map, we'd be in disarray, Hoskins said. It would be disarray for the people that would be going to town halls and listening to the candidates. It would be disarray for the candidates that are running and going out meeting voters in the districts. In the opinion written by Judge Ginger Gooch, the court said it is impossible to know whether there are enough signatures to force the referendum vote. The plaintiffs in the case, two voters who were moved between districts as a result of the legislator's revisions, prematurely brought the lawsuit, arguing the submission of signatures is enough to suspend the operation of new legislation. State law describes the process for verifying signatures and the timeline for making a determination of whether a petition has sufficient signatures, Gooch wrote. The plaintiffs incorrectly interpreted a 1914 ruling on referendums that upheld suspension of a law upon the filing of a petition. While plaintiffs argued that the filing was good enough, Gooch noted that the 1914 decision required petitions that were legally sufficient and timely. So far, she wrote, it is unknown whether petitions are sufficient. People, not politicians, has been tracking the signature verification process and believes it has succeeded, but there's no way to get Hoskins to decide before August 4th. Because the Secretary's certification process is ongoing and has not been finally determined, it is impossible to say as of this opinion whether the December 9th referendum petition filing was legal, sufficient, and timely, and therefore whether the 2025 map went into effect on December 11th or whether the map was referred to the people as of December 9th, and can only go into effect when approved by a majority of the votes cast therein, Gooch wrote. Allowing the signature verification process to proceed without suspending the effect of new measures is a prudent protection against fraud, Gooch wrote in a footnote to the decision. Under appellant's argument, the suspension is automatic, regardless of whether the boxes contained petitions consisting only of invalid signatures, signatures of unregistered voters, or even blank pieces of paper, she wrote. Appellant's arguments would permit legislation truly agreed to and finally passed by a majority of Missouri citizens, elected representatives, to be automatically suspended based on nothing more than the delivery of boxes purporting to contain signed referendum petitions. Put Missouri First, the political action committee created to campaign for the map, said the rulings were a complete and decisive victory for the rule of law, the Missouri Constitution, and the legislature's lawful authority to enact a congressional map on behalf of the people of the state. In a statement reacting to the decisions, people, not politicians, called on Hoskins to immediately declare that the petitions have sufficient signatures. Enough reports have come in from local election authorities to show that it has required signatures in 6 of the state's 8 congressional districts, the PAC contends. There is a photo of, on December 9th, Richard Von Glan, Executive Director of People Not Petitions, unloading boxes of these petitions at the Missouri Secretary of State's office. Holding the August election using the new map, if the petition is sufficient, would silence the voters who signed it and made the August election illegal, the statements read. A sufficient petition suspends the law the day it is turned in, said Richard Von Glan, Executive Director. Unnecessary delays by politicians do not change this fact. If he continues to delay, then he is moving forward under a map that has been suspended by the people. The opinion issued May 12th did not refer specifically to the oral arguments heard in the morning. For more than an hour, the judge sat in silence as they heard the 2 cases. The day in court was structured so judges first heard arguments over whether the map meets the state constitution's requirements for districts to be compact and contiguous, before considering the questions of whether the map is in effect. Compactness isn't optional, said Asim Mulji, attorney for the ACLU of Missouri, as he opened the case challenging the constitutionality of the map. In response, Kathleen Hunker of the Attorney General's office said the map passed last year meets every constitutional test. The 5th district isn't the least compact district ever used in Missouri, she said. There's no such thing as a perfect map or perfect district, she said. The case over the effect of the petitions drew the only questioning from the bench. Judge Zell Fisher asked who would be harmed if the map from 2025 is used in the August primary. Everyone would be injured, and replied attorney Jonathan Hawley, representing the people suing to suspend the law. It would dilute the referendum process, if not destroy it altogether, Hawley said. While he was speaking to reporters, Hoskins said he would be interested in another round of redistricting in 2027. Missouri's 1st District is the only one in the state that was drawn to meet the requirements of the Voting Rights Act. Hoskins said lawmakers should revise Missouri's maps to eliminate the black majority district. The definition of racism, Hawkins said, is drawing districts based on the color of one's skin. We don't want that in this state. The story was first published at Missouri'sIndependent.com. And that is the end of this article.
All right. From SBJ magazine. First off, it starts with the I'm not sure if that's.
It starts off with a photo.
Is that a hotel or a business?
So how about you read the caption?
Because I know where that is. It's near Sekiota Park.
It's okay. So it starts off with a photo of the property at 3535 South Lone Pine Avenue in South Springfield's Galloway Village area.
And it seems that developers Mitch and Amanda Jenkins are again considering plans for the property, as there's a sign that says available and nobody living there. So is that a business place or is that a...
It is an open building. Do you want to keep reading and we'll give you more information?
Okay, because if that's a house, that's a big house.
I understand. Do you want to keep reading and we'll give you more information?
As I mentioned before, developer makes new plans for contested Galloway site. Demo permit filed as neighborhood seeks historic site designation. Designation.
It's okay.
Or
yes, you had it right.
Tomato.
Okay.
This is by Karen Crago, a reporter. As I mentioned before, developers Mitch and Amanda Jenkins are again considering a development on a Galloway Village property that was the focus of a zoning dispute and subsequent citywide referendum.
Referendum.
In 2022. So it is a house.
How about we keep reading?
I'm confused.
It's okay. Let's keep reading. More information will be given to us.
Okay. Mitch Jenkins confirmed the plans to redevelop the site at 3535 South Lone Pine Avenue in a statement to Springfield Business Journal on May 5th. The property in question is only one parcel out of 4 that the Jenkins, under their Elevation
Enterprises
LLC sought to develop in 2022. Plumbing, wrecking, and building projects permits were filed with the City of Springfield under the Jenkinson's Galloway Village LLC on April 29th for the 3535 South Lone Pine Avenue parcel. On the permit applications,
RFX Studios LLC
is listed as the architect, and H.C. Rogers Construction Group LLC is listed as the general contractor, plan submitter, and consultant. I already said that part. Greene County assessor records show that the property and
adjoining parcel
at 3503 South Lone Pine Avenue were purchased by Galloway Village LLC, also owned by the Jenkinses. on March 6th. Two other two other parcels on the proposed development site, 3521 and 3527, remain under the ownership of Elevation. Yeah, I already said that. Elevation Enterprises. In his statement, Jenkins said the permit files were submitted by following an extended period. They were submitted following an extended period of planning and review, not by.
It's okay. Keep going.
He added, the site has been deliberately planned over several years with a focus on preserving several existing structures, maintaining mature trees, and preserving green space within a neighborhood scale design intended to fit within its surroundings and strengthen the character of the neighborhood. The permits note the plan for this project starts with the wrecking of the existing building on the site, which Galloway neighborhood residents previously tried to protect with a historic design designation. Back in November of 2022, the Jenkinsons' plans for a mixed-use development on the same site were soundly rejected by voters in a citywide election. What did I say?
Nation.
More than 70% voted against the plan in a rezoning measure that would have led the way for the development that was first proposed in summer of 2018. The plans caused more than 4 years of friction between the neighborhood and the developer, according to a past SBJ reporting. Last month, a $7.75 million loan from Arlo Bank was made to Galloway Village, LLC, incorporated in December 2025 by Jenkins, and Elevation Enterprises, LLC, for work at the site, according to public records published by SBJ. Reached the day after SBJ broke the news of the permit activity, Mitch Jenkins again declined to provide more details on his plans for the site. Here's some historic site nomination. On April 19th, 10 days prior to the owner's filing for a permit to demolish the property, a historic site nomination application was filed by the Galloway Village Neighborhood Association for the former Security Store and Tradeways General Store and gas station. The building, now slated for demolition at 3535 South Lone Pine Avenue, and then the building was
erected
in 1929. The bid for the historic designation was made to the city's Landmarks Board, which met on May 6 and discussed the nomination but chose to not act on it. Instead, the board directed city staff to reach out to the property owners to weigh in on the application, either by mail or in an appearance at the June meeting of the board. Malene Batch, Neighborhood Association president, told the SBJ,
Melanie Bach.
Sorry.
It's okay.
She told SBJ magazine that the Jenkinsons' renewed interest in developing the Galloway property came as a surprise to neighborhood leaders who had been working on efforts to halt what she called demolition by neglect on the site. The property has been vacant since 2018 when furniture store One of a Kind moved out. The neighborhood association said the site had tenants regularly before the Elevation Enterprises purchase. Bach said neighborhood representatives attended a March 26 meeting as part of the Neighborhood Teams program, which is an initiative of the city's planning department. In an email, Angela Duran, senior planner with the city, said the meetings are held to discuss code enforcement and nuisance properties. And in the initial meeting, the city staff reviews priorities listed by the neighborhoods. Duran said the neighborhood association listed, quote, demolition of historic buildings by neglect/nuisance properties as their number one issue. She said Bach also mentioned the previous failed attempt at a historic designation for 3535 South Lone Pine Avenue that was shot down by Springfield City Council in 2019 and indicated the neighborhood would like to see more properties obtain historic designations. In discussing demolition by neglect and designation of historic properties, my suggestion was to reach out to the Landmarks Board to learn more about the process and to see what their options as a neighborhood, are as a neighborhood association, Duran said. The application, shared with SBJ by Duran, rounded out the top 5 concerns in the neighborhood with weed overgrowth and invasive species, homelessness, beautification, and public rights of way and speeding. Bach previously told SBJ that a member of the city staff suggested that the neighborhood apply for the landmark designation. That a member of the city staff suggested the neighborhood apply for the landmark designation, and Duran said she did not make that recommendation for the 3535 South Lone Pine Avenue property. Back in 2019, the Galloway Village Neighborhood Association applied for the historic site designation on the Springfield Historic Register without the consent of the property owner, which was Jenkins, but under his company, Elevation Enterprises. The measure failed with a split vote from City Council. Bach said the move was disheartening for the neighborhood association members, following what she said was unanimous approval by the city's Landmarks Board. We got all the way to City Council and got smacked down and called unethical, she said. Most of the Landmarks Board disbanded after that. But Bach, sorry, it just sounds weird.
Keep going.
But Bach, said the Landmarks Board had been actively lately in the composition of City Council change following
Municipal
elections in April 2025. We thought, let's go ahead and apply for it again, she said. Bach said she found out about the demolition permit for the site on Lone Pine Avenue the day before the news broke. And she said, I don't know if it's all a coincidence or if there's any correlation or if he got wind of anything, she said of Jenkins. We thought we'd go for it again since the city staff said it would be beneficial. Bach said for the past 5 years, the windows have been open in one of the historic structures on the site, compromising the integrity of the building's interior, and she maintained that the buildings had been left vacant since the Jenkinsons have taken ownership. The neighborhood has been in a difficult position, too, Bach said. We don't want to keep poking at him to make it necessary to demolish them, but we don't want to stand by and do nothing. But he has let the windows stay open. She also asked what she would like to see on the site. Bach said she wishes she could turn back the clock and see the buildings occupied and not subjected to neglect. If there was a picture of demolition by neglect, this would be it, she said. Bearing that, Bach said she thinks the site would be perfect as an extension of Sekiota Park, perhaps with a community center or museum on site. The Chadwick Flyers coming in, the community improvement districts activated. Good things are happening, she said. We never agreed to the intensity that Mitch Jenkins wanted to do over there. We've never seen eye to eye with him for a lot of great reasons. It's difficult to see something that he creates integrating well into the community down there. Demolition by neglect. The Landmarks Board began its May 6th meeting by taking action on a trio of historic renovations of residential and commercial properties in the city, with property owners submitting plans aimed at improvement and preservation. Then they got to the Galloway proposal, which ended with the decision to seek input from the property owner rather than acting on the nomination. How does that feel, guys? Asked Chair John Hawkins near the end of the discussion. Not stellar, said member
Genevieve.
Henry. None of it feels good, agreed Brian Lennox. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay. Henry offered a motion to nominate the property for historic site designation, but her motion failed to get a second. Lennox maintained throughout the discussion that the property owner should have the opportunity to come into a board meeting and say something even if they choose not to, as he noted that he would like to hear from the owner before moving forward on a nomination. Members said the Knicks wondered what the board would ask the owner. Do we want to know what else is going to be in its place? Should that sway us? If it's a parking lot or if it's something else, he asked. In comparing a photo of the property from 2018 to the one this year, Nick summed up the difference by saying, "This one has been abandoned and neglected. It's a common problem," according to Henry. Sometimes people do not do what is the best interest of the community, she said. Bach said in an interview after the meeting, that Galloway, a former town of its own and not just a Springfield neighborhood, has a few remaining historic properties. That makes it hard to lose the Treadway building, once a hub of local activity. She added that the board's next meeting will be set for June 10th, but will be too late. So what was that building?
It is an undesignated building.
But what was it before?
It was stated to be a community building.
Okay.
How about we save our questions for after?
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Come by and see us in person with daily deals at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. Veterans receive a 25% discount every day, providing significant savings as a token of appreciation for their service. Additionally, the store features a weekly clothing sale where all clothing items are available at 50% off every Wednesday. Seniors aged 55 or older benefit from a 25% discount every Tuesday, making shopping more affordable for the senior community. From the Springfield Business Journal, Ozark Elementary named National Gold Star School. Written by Claudette Riley. The article starts with representatives of the Ozark Elementary School holding a National Gold Star School sign, Ozark East Elementary of 2026. From left to right are Kent Sappington, Executive Director of Elementary Learning, Lori Wilson, Superintendent, Brian Kelly, Assistant Principal, Karen Campen, Principal, Anna Thurman, Executive Director of Student Services, Craig Carson, Assistant Superintendent of Learning. Ozark East Elementary is one of only 2 schools in Missouri named a 2026 National Gold Star School, which recognizes a pattern of continuous growth. The annual award by the National Association of Elementary Schools Principals was announced May 10th. Ozark was the only honoree in Southwest Missouri. This is a tremendous honor that reflects our motto, excellence drives us, tradition unites us. Ozark School District Superintendent Lori Wilson said in a May 12th news release. This recognition stands as a testament to the dedication and passion of our staff at East, as well as educators and team members across Ozark schools. Last year, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education named Ozark East Elementary one of 8 Missouri Gold Star schools. It was the second time the school received the honor since 2014. The national honor bestowed to 57 schools recognizes outstanding leadership, innovation, dedication to student success, according to the lease. I do apologize. And dedication to student success according to the release. National Gold Star schools represent what is possible when strong leadership, dedicated educators, engaged families, and supportive communities work together, NAESP Executive Director Earl Franks said in the release. These schools are models of excellence and inspiration for school leaders and schools nationwide. Ozark East is a K-4 building led by Principal Karen Cappan and Assistant Principal Brianna Kelly. We've always known that Ozark East is a special place, but it is incredibly rewarding to have that recognized on a national level, Capon said in the release. She said the honor is a milestone for the school. It validates the established positive culture we've worked so hard to build, our passionate educators and staff who pour their hearts into our students, and the strong foundations we've built to ensure every child succeeds, she said. I am so proud that the rest of the country now sees the same dedication and excellence that I get to witness in our hallways every single day. And that is the end of that article.
Once again from SBJ Magazine, Cox Health is rolling out a restructuring effort. Mm-hmm. Did I say it right? Mm-hmm. This is by Jeff Pickle, a digital editor. Cox Health is engaging in a restructure. I can say it once and now I can't say it.
It's okay. Restructuring effort.
That is changing some employee roles. The health system announced Wednesday afternoon. That's what the health system announced Wednesday afternoon.
Yes.
That restructuring.
So, as the sentence is written, it says Cox Health is engaging in a restructuring effort that is changing some employee rules. The health system announced Wednesday afternoon. Would you like to continue reading?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get. Just
yes, you got it.
not mad at you. Just
keep reading. It's okay.
Yeah. The plan, which becomes effective, which will be effective, like mean starting.
Which becomes effective
June 1st. Jinx.
Keep reading, please.
Does not include layoffs, according to a news release. Rather, some reporting relationships are changing as part of this effort, officials said. This work is about strengthening how Cox Health is organized to serve patients, support physicians, and advanced practice providers, equip our teams, and remain responsive to the communities we serve, said Max Buto, Cox Health's president and CEO in the release. The announcement included a PowerPoint presentation showing new titles for executives such as Dr. Tim Jones, now Chief Physician Executive, Dr. Sean Usery. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
Yes, you're okay.
Wait, did I say it right?
You're okay. You got it.
Okay, nice. Now Chef. Why am I?
It's okay. Do you need me to finish the article?
Yeah, I keep saying chef. I know it's chief.
It's okay. Where are you?
I'm right over here. Dr. Sean Usery, now Chief
Clinical Officer, and Brock Chamel, now Senior Vice President of Service Lines. The health system's website currently lists Jones as Executive Vice President and President of Cox Medical Group, Usery as Senior Vice President and Systems Chief Medical Officer, and Chamel as Senior Vice President of Cox Medical Group.
However, our goal is not to change boxes on an organizational chart, the Buteau said in the release. We are creating clearer roles, stronger alignment, faster decision making, and better support for the people doing the work. Officials said in the release that the changes would strengthen physician enterprise and service lines and build enhanced services for the future. According to the PowerPoint, Cox Medical Group, medical staff, and service lines are
unified
under clear physician executive ownership, anchored in the patient-physician relationship under the new model. Cox Health spokesperson Randy Berger said via email that Cox Medical Group continues to exist. Its leadership remains the same. Ultimately reporting to Dr. Tim Jones, Berger said Dr. Jones's new title now aligns with other chief titles in executive leadership and reflects his scope over the entire physician enterprise.
All right. From 417, Food News in Springfield. Article written by Tessa Cooper. The article starts with a photo of a chicken avocado arepas in a wax paper wrapping.
Looks like a quesadilla.
It is a chicken avocado arepas.
Oh, I'm just saying it looks like a quesadilla.
I know. The article goes on to say, one big part of my job as 417's magazine's food editor is the art of the follow-up. When local food and beverage entrepreneurs are making big moves in our region, it's definitely one of the busiest times in their lives. And amid the countless texts, emails, and DMs they're getting is usually one from me. That's why I'm always so thankful when someone takes the time to answer my follow-up questions after they make a big announcement. Such was the case when I got to chat with Christian Douglas Brunel of Split Social Kitchen about their upcoming expansion. Read up on our conversation, followed by a major plot twist from Carcass House, a mini review of Middle Beast Cafe, and other tasty tidbits of the week. The when and where on Split Social Kitchen's expansion. When Split Social Kitchen dropped the news on its expansion earlier this month, we were definitely left with more questions than answers, which is honestly the mark of a solid teaser post. Owner Kristen Douglas Brunel took some time out of her business work week to share more details with us. Considering the 417 magazine office is just around the corner from Split Social's current location, we were very pleased to find out the business is only moving a hop and a skip away to the other end of the shopping center. The new address will be 3021 East Sunshine, and the space is 5,000 square feet. Just for reference, its current location is only 1,800 square feet. The bigger footprint means a bigger kitchen, which also means a bigger menu in this case. They're currently drawing up the plans for a full remodel, complete with patio, and they're aiming for a January reopening. We're looking forward to it. Is this not really goodbye for Carcass House? We were pretty devastated to read the news about Carcass House closing up its food truck, but during our food research this week, we noticed something that caught our eye on the business's Google listing. First off, it just says temporarily closed, not permanently closed. Next up, there's a rendering of a stunning brick and mortar building that reads Carcass House, Latin Fusion and Grill. This rendering was posted just a few days ago, and it's also the business's new Facebook cover photo. Then, as we were driving down Battlefield Road between Fort Avenue and Kansas Expressway, we saw a sign that says Carcass House coming soon, outside the building that used to house La Paloma. We reached out to get some more details, but we think it's safe to say they're definitely up to something tasty. What to order and where to sit at Middle Beast Cafe. If you tend to surround yourself with foodies, you've probably heard or read a rave review of Middle Beast Cafe and Market, but something that no one seems to be talking about right now is the utterly charming back patio. I went on a sunny day this past week to check it out, and the inside of the restaurant was bustling during the lunch rush. It was the only diner to request a seat outside, so I had the entire patio to myself. It features a series of beautiful wooden gazebos with lovely red cushions and nice landscaping. But now onto the food. I enjoyed a great falafel wrap with fries paired with the most delicious dips. I also decided to be a little adventurous and get the cucumbers and mint laban with a hint of garlic. This refreshing fermented milk drink reminded me of a bit of kefir, so if you're a fan of that, you'll be a fan of this. My only regret is that I didn't order one of their pizzas and manakish. When you first walk in, you catch a glimpse of the beautiful wood-fired oven they cook these dishes in, and the subtle smoky smell will immediately make your mouth water. Itty Bitty News Bites. Andy's Frozen Custard just dropped a new summer concrete flavor, blueberry cobbler. They tell us it's sweet, tart, and buttery, but you should probably just go try it for yourself to confirm those tasting notes. St. Michael's Restaurant and Catering just added mimosas to its menu for a limited time. Pair one with a slice of banana cake and you are guaranteed to have a good day. Have fun with these collectible Route 66 themed spirits from Taich Distillery. They are limited edition, so make sure to snag one stat if you want to grab one for your at-home bar. And that is the end of that article.
Again, from 417 magazine. Well, for me. For me, it's new.
Yeah, it's titled This Week.
Right. Oh, and it also includes food.
Can you start reading?
Yeah, this is by Taryn Shormicki. Yeah. Ooh, that looks good. The picture, the article starts off with a picture of somebody holding a pizza on top of a. Is that a shovel? Or is that a spatula?
So there is a pizza being taken out of a wood oven on a on a tool designed to reach into the oven and pick it up from the oven base without burning one's hands.
And having not to put on oven mitts too. The pizza is described as seems to be thin crust with some of the crust bending forward. The flavor of the pizza seems to be cheese with onions, pineapple.
So those are squash.
Oh, I meant squash.
It's a veggie pizza.
Crossing into a new season. You could feel it in the longer evenings, packed patios, and the return of one of my, everyone's, Springfield's favorites, Springfield's traditions. Thursday Pizza Club at Millsap Farm. If you've never been, picture unique wood-fired pizza, a mishmash of picnic blankets and camping chairs strewn around the farm, kids and dogs running wild, and everyone collectively deciding dinner simply tastes better outside at this time of year. Speaking of the pups, this week's events calendar is also doggo heavy. Not complaining, by the way. Between dog-centered events and even a barcuterie class, plus other outdoor gatherings around town, It's a good week to get outside before the real Ozarks heat settles in. You'll also find comedy, live performances, cooking classes, and the beloved Nixa Sucker Days, which feels very, quote, start of the summer. Meanwhile, as you read this, I'm in Montana, my favorite place on earth. As an outdoor-focused writer, May is one of my busiest travel months, which has me curious. Do you jump into summer travel immediately or wait a bit? If you're still finalizing plans, then
Plans Allegiant.
launches a new direct flight from Springfield to Gulf Shores, Alabama next week. Convenient, maybe, dangerously so, for everyone craving a quick beach escape. On that note, fun fact, my husband was born and raised in the Gulf Shores area, and we visit often. That's what the article person said. And here are things to do in Missouri. Wednesday, May 14th, as I mentioned before, is the Pizza Club at Millsap Farm. It's $18 for adults and $6 for kids. Starts at 6 p.m., where a wholesome, thoroughly Midwest tradition, Millsap Farm's wildly popular Pizza Club kicks off in May with 4 unique, hyper-seasonal offerings each week, always including one plain pizza, BYO.
Bring your own.
Okay, bring your own drinks, sides, and something to sit on. And be sure to reserve tickets in advance. They absolutely sell out.
So it appears the article has a typo. It is listed May 14th as Wednesday and May 15th as Thursday. The Pizza Club will be today on Thursday, the May 14th, and the next part of the article, May 15th, will be on Friday tomorrow.
Oh, because today is Thursday, but
Yes. The dates don't align. That's why I said there was a typo.
Okay, so Friday, May 15th, here are some things you can do. First off, I'm going to start with Sucker Days, downtown Nixa, and it's free to go. It includes live entertainment, over 100 vendors, kids zones, and of course, all things sucker fish. Then there's Dream Big, a true tall tale at the Gilloy's Theater. Admission starting at $35 to $60. It's starting at 7:30 p.m. This original musical based on Kate
Kisley's
award-winning children's book, Stand Straight, Ella Kate, tells the story of a real-life Missourian, Ella Kate Ewing, the world's tallest woman during her lifetime, 8 feet and 4 inches. Wow. Ozarks Lyric Opera performs with the help of Ozark Mountain Daredevils member
Rule Chappelle
and composer and Pickwick and Cherry owner Katie Kring. Tacos and Tequila will be also on Friday at Finley Farms. 21 and older can go, and admission is $85, starting at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., where dinner and dancing is in one memorable experience. Enjoy a 4-course dinner, plus make your own nachos bar and family side dishes, paired with Cazador's tequila. And after dinner, a salsa instructor will teach you some moves on the dance floor. Then there's Brian
Potion
at the Springfield Comedy Club. Admission ranges from $28 to $36.50, starting at 7 p.m. to 9:45 p.m.
It's 2 different showings. It's going to be at 7, and then the next one is going to be at 9:45.
Okay. All right. His name might not be familiar to everybody, but you almost certainly recognize.
Brian Potion.
He had several significant TV roles, including on Big Bang Theory, Seinfeld, Everybody Loves Raymond, New Girl, and others. Which means Saturday is May 16th, right? Bark in the Park at Phelps Grove Park. It's free, not admission. The time will be from 8 a.m. to noon, where you can bring your favorite four-legged friend to Phelps Grove Park for this free event designed just for them. Shop at the Canine Vendor Village, enjoy live music, and participate in dog-focused activities, including a group dog walk at noon. Proceeds benefit the Cruise Dog Park. There's the Art of
Barcuterie.
also at Finley's Farms. Ages 8 and up can go, and admission is $30, starting at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. In partnership with Lavish Grazing, this Possum Night teaches you how to make dog-friendly grazing plates. Not only will you actually make a charcuterie board, you'll also learn about pet-safe foods. Dogs are welcome, but must be remained leashed. There's an affair to remember at the Oasis Hotel and Convention Center. Admission is $175, starting at 6 p.m., where the theme for this year's Springfield Symphony Orchestra fundraising gala is an affair to remember, so you can expect a night filled with old Hollywood glamour. There will also be dinner, live music, live and silent auctions, and plenty of time to dance. Then there's the Mother Day Festival at the Mother's Brewing Company. $5. Admission is $5, but it's $10 at the door. But
$5 if purchased in advance, 10 at the door.
Oh, so like if you don't pay in advance, then it's more money?
Yes.
Okay. And it starts at 2 p.m. This isn't that kind of Mother's Day festival. It's more of a beer tasting meets backyard hang meets lovely spring day festival. Enjoy a laid-back afternoon of live music, food trucks, a bounce house for the kids, vendors, and of course, plenty of beer. They put that one on the same title. See?
He's probably going to have 2 showings.
It seems to me that Brian
Potion will have another showing on May 16th at the Springfield Comedy Club. Tickets will again be $28 and $36.50, with show times being at 6 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. this time.
Right. Same thing with A True Tall Tale. It'll also be showing on Sunday of May 17th, where admission is still the same. $35 to $60, yes. On Sunday, May 17th, Dream Big, A True Tale will arrive at Gillis Theater, and prices are still the same as mentioned before.
The showing will be at 2:30 p.m. this time.
Right, but the price doesn't change.
Did you reread this one?
Oh yeah, I did that one too. See?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about this one. I am so sorry. Also on Saturday of May 16th, there's the Cajun Night Experience class at Pit and Grills. Admission is $75, starting at 6 p.m., where you can watch and learn some Cajun cooking techniques, then enjoy a traditional crawfish boil and a few sides. Head to the store and look for the indoor cooking facility. Registration also includes beer and water. Resuming back to Sunday, gigs in the garden at the Springfield Botanical Gardens. It's free to go, but a $10 donation is suggested, and it starts at 2 p.m., where you can take in the folk rock and Americana music of Brett Mill and the gigantic band in a beautiful free outdoor setting. Kiddos will love the playground, and there's beer and wine available for grown-ups. Head toward the Dogwood Garden and look for the Peace Through People Pavilion and bring a blanket or chair to sit on. So what would May 20th be?
Scroll up. Nope.
No, what would May 20th be?
Hold on.
Because
It would be May 19th.
oh, May 19th is
Tuesday.
on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so not 20th.
It's okay.
Okay, May 19th on Tuesday is Metro's pizza class at the Metro.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh, did I forget to read that part too?
No, it's okay. So Metro's pizza class at the Metropolitan Grill will be
$50,
mm-hmm.
starting at 6 p.m., where you can learn the art of pizza making from an NYC trained pizza chef. This hands-on experience includes 4 courses and 2 glasses of wine. Perfect for date nights, but individuals, friends, and everybody else is welcome. Hang on, wait.
They're 2 different events.
Oh, there's a pizza club starting on May 14th and another one starting next Tuesday.
Yes, they're 2 different events.
Yeah.
It's
I got it. It's just
It-
when
it's
you said typo, it just
It's okay. We're okay. From the Springfield Business Journal, Missouri's top education official to step down June 1st. Article written by Claudette Riley. It starts with a photo of Carla Esslinger, the 7th Missouri Commissioner of Education, and it is a portrait photo of her as she smiles at the camera wearing a green and black blouse with a gold necklace. Carla Esslinger, a former educator and lawmaker, is stepping down as Missouri Commissioner of Education after just 2 years in the role. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Elementary announced May 12th that Esslinger's final date will be June 1st. Esslinger said serving the role has been one of the greatest honors of a career that included working as a teacher, principal, superintendent, lawmaker, and staff member of DESCE. Over the past 2 years, I am incredibly proud of the progress we've made, enhancing how we use data to guide decisions, strengthening communication with partners, and laying the groundwork for a strategic plan that will continue to benefit students and educators long after my tenure, Esslinger said as part of the announcement. Missouri's educators are deeply committed to their students, and it's been a privilege to support their work. She's only a 7th Commissioner of Education in the state's history, but her relatively short tenure included a significant amount of change. She was appointed by Governor Mike Kehoe, and he was succeeded by Governor Mike. Oh, I do apologize. She was appointed by former Governor Mike Parson and was succeeded by Governor Mike Kehoe, whom she served within the legislature, and Kehoe appointed 4 new members of the 8-member State Board of Education. Board member Mary Schrag said Esslinger officially informed the board about her decision during a closed-door meeting May 12th. It was not part of the open session, but was made public a short time later. In an interview, Schrag said Esslinger wanted more family time after traveling so much for work. She worked for DESE, provided technical assistance for the U.S. Department of Education, served in the Missouri House of Representatives from 2019 to 2020, and the Missouri State Senate from 2021 to 2024. Esslinger outlined her priorities during a 2025 board retreat in Jefferson City, which included upgrading data collection and analysis, offering support to struggling districts, and building relationships with parents and educators. She also requested an annual evaluation, which has not existed for predecessors, and that kickstarted a broader look at how the board does its business. The board created several committees, including governance, to develop a series of goals and evaluation tool. She got so much in a short time and felt really good about what she had done, Schrag said. As part of the announcement, Schrag described Esslinger as a tremendous leader and an advocate for public education. This is a significant loss to the department and for Missouri education, Schrag said in the release. I believe she will continue to be a great advocate for public education. Several board members have ties to Southwest Missouri. Schrag of West Plains is married to Springfield Mayor Jeff Schrag. New members include Brooks Miller, former president and CEO of what is now called Jordan Valley Health, and Gretchen Scholl, who lived in Webb City. In the interview, Schrag said her preference is for the board to name an interim commissioner in the coming weeks and then launch a search for a replacement, but the steps need to be determined by the entire governing body. This is something that we will do as a board working together, she said. There will be a lot of moving parts, but for the next little bit. But Carla has left the department in good shape with strong leadership. Do you want to read this one really quick?
Sure. From Springfield News-Leader, Whitney Moreau retires from Guarantee Bank leadership role. This is by Janice Racer. Whitney Moreau, Executive Vice President and Director of Treasury Management at Guarantee Bank, is retiring after more than 4 decades in the financial services industry. Moreau joined Guarantee Bank in 2018, and she has a significant impact on the organization, according to a community announcement. The article shows a picture of why did I say Whitney Houston?
Okay. Whitney Morrow.
Looking at the camera. She's got brown hair, brown eyes, and she's wearing some black suit with a yellow collar. A legacy. Why was I good?
It's okay. Just
There.
keep going.
There.
A legacy of dedication.
Legacy of dedication. Why was I going to say something
okay.
else?
Keep going. We don't have time.
Whitney has had an extraordinary career marked by lasting impact on our organization, and her committee is a committee to excellence and dedication to our clients and team members has shaped Guarantee Banks in meaningful ways. We are grateful to her contributions. And we wish her the best. We wish her the very best in retirement. Becky Score, president of Guarantee Bank, said in the announcement.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.reader.ku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I'm Savannah.
And I'm Madison.
Thank you for listening.